I huffed and puffed under my breath as I stared right into God's mouth. I felt like the big bad wolf, ready to interrupt the 3 innocent little pigs as they hurriedly fortified their makeshift homes. I grinned at this thought, and then turned my head to look for Margaret. She was a couple feet down the hill from the entrance to the cave, holding a walking stick close to her petite breasts. "Hurry up!" I called down to her. I turned back to the cave, still grinning, and spotted an old, rotting sign outside the cave that read, "God's Mouth Cave, keep out." What a tired cliche. Margaret finally made it to the entrance and stood beside me, almost doubled over and out of breath. I looked down and smiled. "Check it out," I laughed. "God's mouth. Wonder where Jesus' anus is." I chuckled to myself. Margaret was less amused. "Give me the damn water bottle," she said, exasperated. The open bottle met her lips, and for a moment, I felt peaceful, in a way, watching her drink the water. Actually, I take that back. The peaceful comment, I mean. It was more of a feeling that was sort of hard to put my finger on or give a name. But I could settle for a nice content. Content seemed to be one of those words that manifest itself when natural, human words seem to fail. Again, an utter cliche. But it felt good, in a way, to feel a strange, mixed-up sort of happy for once. I sighed and turned my flashlight on and pointed it directly into the cave. Nothing but pitch black darkness. God's mouth. This seemed like the antithesis of a Holy Spirit. I turned again to Margaret. "You ready?" I asked. She was finally standing up straight. She nodded. I clapped a friendly hand to her back as we walked into God's mouth. The inside was not unlike the preview I had glimpsed outside with my flashlight. Dark, dismal, and endlessly black. The darkness seemed to stretch endlessly, no matter how I positioned my flashlight. The rocky terrain was damp and imposing. The last shred of natural light slowly disappeared behind Margaret and I, as we made our way deeper and deeper. I found it strange how soft and compelling the world around me now appeared. Despite the stalactites, stalagmites, and other various rocky formations being so jagged. It seemed that, even amongst the pointed teeth of God, I could lay down and rest there forever. It was comfortable. Apparently, Margaret didn't agree. She shivered uncomfortably under my arm. I raised my eyebrows. "Need your coat?" I asked. I tried to look at her and make nonverbal communication as explicit as possible. Until I realized that we were lost. Lost in the inky blackness of the mouth. I bit my lip and waited. But she didn't respond. For a couple of minutes, we walked in pure silence, not a word spoken between either of us. Finally, she stopped and stood motionless. I stopped too. "Why the hell are we even here?" she said. She sounded irritated. I shrugged, more to appease myself than her, and shoved my flashlight under my face. Bladed shadows obscured half my face, the other half illuminated in a wretched mask. "Spooky!" I cried, chuckling. She didn't move. I sighed. "I thought she wanted to go," I said. In that moment, I noticed how my voice echoed against the cave walls at any volume. "I mean," I began again, scratching at my chin. "You did say you wanted to go see some nature for our vacation. And you did sound impressed when I told you about my visit to Mammoth Caves a couple years back, so... My voice trailed off. I could still sense her irritation. "No!" she said. I frowned. No. You wanted to go here. I wanted to go to a beach or something. But no, a cave. A cave, Nathan! It was here that she sounded more like the big bad wolf. "I know you have this weird fetish for spelunking or something, but I don't really want to be dragged into it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to go on a trip and get into nature and fresh air. But this..." I could hear her arms flail and gesture about in the thick air. "This is cave air, not fresh air. This air is practically fermenting. Plus, isn't this illegal? Can we please just leave?" We both stood there. The only sound that could be heard was the electricity in the air. being stifled and smothered by the damp atmosphere. Finally, I began to walk. I didn't hear Margaret follow me, but I kept moving forward. Then finally, "Nathan," she said. "Stop. Please stop." So I stopped. "I'm sorry," she said. I could hear her moving closer to me. "I'm tired and I'm just not used to running and climbing around and the like. I'm just tired." "It's okay," I said. She gripped my arm. "Really, it's fine." I shook my head. "All right. Which way is out?" "I don't remember." I could feel Margaret physically pause. Neither of us could remember. Somehow, in the heat and confusion of our argument, I'd forgotten which way we'd been moving. Idiot, I thought to myself. I should have brought a goddamn rope or something to trail from the entrance of the cave. I had to take action, so, without much thought, I made a 180 and said, "This way." We walked for what seemed like hours. My feet were tired and sore, and I could hear Margaret's groans from behind me. She held my hand tightly, and I just felt terrible. This was my fault. This was all my fault. But then, my thoughts cut off, and I froze. Hey, I said. Put your hand out. Feel this rock." I could hear Margaret's bare palm press against the stone. Isn't this, like, abnormally warm?" I said. She didn't say anything. I began to work my way along the wall, feeling it as I went and shining the flashlight in front of me. Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain on my head as the ceiling of God's mouth met with my scalp. "Ah, shit!" I shouted. "Nathan, are you okay?" Margaret asked. She seemed to be on the verge of panic now. "I'm fine," I said. Please calm down. We'll get out of here soon, I promise." I started again, pointing my flashlight upwards now to see the ceiling above me. It seemed to be getting narrower. That was strange. "Listen, Margaret, babe," I said through clenched teeth. I think we gotta turn around." Margaret sighed next to me. Again, we walked for a decent length. I kept my flashlight pointed upwards this time. And sure enough, the space in the cave seemed to be getting smaller and smaller and smaller. If there was any resonating light left in God's mouth aside from my flashlight, I'm sure Margaret would have been able to see the whites of my eyes spreading in panic. We were completely lost. I let go of Margaret's hand and began to feverishly feel my way along the walls. "No, Nathan!" I heard her shout. I kept going, though. I kept going. We had to get out. We had to get out. If we were lost, nobody would be able to find us. We had to get out. I kept feeling along the wall until I abruptly hit a corner. "Fuck!" I said out loud. "Margaret, this seems to be another dead end." I spun around on my heel. "Margaret?" No answer. Shit. I began to repeat my process again, almost running as I felt the wall run past my fingertips. Cool, damp rocks and jagged spears. And suddenly I found myself at a corner yet again. Fuck! I shouted. "Margaret!" I was belting her name out now. In the corner of the cave's maw where I had been thwarted so many times already. I heard a noise. It sounded like muffled static from a television. I pressed my ear against the rock. It seemed to be getting warmer now. But that thought no longer mattered as I heard the faint sounds of Margaret on the other side of the rock. She was screaming, "No. I began running haphazardly into the walls around me. With dawning realization came a wave of sheer horror. There was no entrance. There was no exit. Only these 4 corners. And me. I could feel the blood begin to trickle from the cut I managed to get by bashing my body into the cave's walls. They were closing in on me. They were closing in, and they were coming in for the kill, and soon they would be pressing in on my skull and crush my rib cage. I sat there for hours, waiting for death. My flashlight was becoming dim and blinking. Finally, I began to feel the soft touch of these rocky walls press against my back. I began to cry as I lied down on the ground. I let my flashlight roll on the small hills of stone. As I quietly stayed prone, tears dripping down my face, I turned and looked at the flashlight. Its last fading beams of light pointed at something not far away from my face. I squinted in the darkness. Before my eyes widened, I felt tears fall even harder from my face as the rocks were piercing my skin now, and blood dripped and poured from all sides. There, in the last flicker of light from my flashlight, was the appetizer. The spotlight shone on a hand. On a human hand whose nails were painted a familiar shade of red. And I screamed. I screamed in agony as I watched God's mouth chew its latest meal.
Hello, my darlings. It's me, Camilla. It's been a while since you've last heard my voice, hasn't it? Well, Danny gave me the spotlight for just a moment, so that way I could tell you all, thank you so much for all of your support, and for watching this video. Not only does your support truly mean the world to Danny, but it also means the world and more to me. And speaking of support, if you want to continue to support me and Danny and the rest of the faces of this channel, Danny just launched a brand new Patreon page. They've been actively posting content on there, ranging from behind the scenes looks to unreleased early access videos and audios, as well as some Patreon exclusive content too. $3 is not only for general support, but it also gets you access to the behind the scenes content, like work in progress pieces of scripts and thumbnails, as well as full uncut audio recordings chock full of Danny's, well, bloopers. And you also get to say in on various polls that they'll be putting up in the future, in regards to what videos they should work on next, what to post or upload next, what games they should stream next, etc. $6 gets you all the previous tier's benefits, but it also gets you a 4 to 7 day early access pass to all of Danny's finished thumbnail art, their completed original audio roleplays, as well as their creepypasta narrations. They've mentioned briefly to me that they won't be including audios using other people's scripts, like the ones they found on Reddit, for example. However, they did say that they would do it if they were given explicit permission by the scriptwriters first. And included in the $6 tier, Danny says that I can read your name aloud at the end of videos and audios, which I'm sure many of you would appreciate hearing my lovely voice give each of your names the spotlight they deserve. And lastly, $20 gets you all of the previous tier's special benefits, all including one very special catch. You also get access to all of Danny's Patreon exclusive content. These include audio roleplays, artwork, unreleased script ideas, and the like. Things that will never see the light of day anywhere but there. Please feel free to check out Danny's Patreon if you can. But if some of you can't afford to do Patreon, but would still like to support me and Danny and the rest of the channel with a friendly donation, we also have a Ko-Fi page. It may look barren now, but Danny's told me that she fully intends to make more use of it by winter, by opening up audio commissions. So keep your eyes open for when that particular announcement goes up. Maybe I'll be the one to give the special announcement, including all the details about that. Links for both the Patreon and the Ko-Fi will be down in the description, but they'll also be available in Danny's YouTube page's About section, as well as their Linktree page. Thank you so very much to our very first $9 patron, Polyup. You are absolutely amazing and such an adorable little sweetheart. And I know for sure that Danny appreciates your support. I know I most certainly appreciate your patronage, my dear. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video, and for watching this far ahead in the ending. We promise that there is more to come soon, everybody. We wish you all a wonderful day, afternoon, or night, wherever you all are in this big, beautiful world. I love you all so very much, my dearest, most precious little siblings of mine. And I hope to see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.